All right, this is from Dan, who recently got a tri-bike and loves it so much more than his roadie. Because of this, I haven't ridden my road bike since, even in groups when I won't be in aero. Are there any advantages of riding my road bike as part of my training versus his tri-bike, Wendy?
Well, it just depends on how he's defining training. So I primarily ride my road bike indoors, and I have my tri-bike hanging up. And I spent most of my training indoors on my road bike, and when I go outside, I ride my tri-bike. When I'm training and getting ready specifically for an event, usually the last 8 to 12 weeks, I'm primarily on my tri-bike, which is my racing bike, to get comfortable, to get that dialed in, and get my body used to that aerodynamic position. When I'm kind of in my out of season, off season, like I will be in a few weeks, then I will take my road bike off my trainer and get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather and primarily just ride my road bike, specifically because it's really hilly where I live. And I prefer a road bike on the hills. And I won't be training for any other reason other than to get outside and kind of get on my bike and just enjoy some fall, winter weather training without getting ready for an event. So I think there's a lot of advantage to riding a road bike. I'm someone who's been in the sport for almost 30 years. I rode a road bike for 16 years before I got my first tri-bike. And so I saved, now I have 2 bikes. I saved the tri-bike specifically for race preparation, and I spent the majority of my training on a road bike. And definitely in groups. I won't show up to a group ride unless it's a group of triathletes. I would prefer to show up to any group ride on a road bike.
Here's a follow-up question from Dave, your podcast co-host. What about if you don't have a road bike, but you have a indoor cycle bike, like a Peloton bike? What about riding that through your off-season or maybe until the last 2 months of your race before your tri-bike?
Yeah, to me, I'd equate that exactly to what I do on my trainer. So right now I do most of my riding on the Ruvi app. The Ruvi app, it's like a Zwift. Most people have heard of Zwift or Trainer Road. It's just an app that you follow virtual courses. Most of the virtual courses I follow are Ironman specific courses, Olympic, half and full Ironman distance courses that I like. And I really enjoy that. When I'm riding, I can see the actual background and the terrain of the actual event. And I'm kind of by myself. Sometimes I ride on Zwift where I just feel like it's too busy and too loud with other riders, and it's a mental thing. But I would equate riding an indoor Peloton or something like that to be similar to what I already do inside on my own bike. The only difference for me is I'm very sensitive to bike fit, so I prefer riding my road bike or my tri-bike because I've been professionally fitted to both, whereas an indoor Peloton or an indoor spin bike, which I still sometimes in the winter will take a spin class now and then just for a change of pace, they don't fit me. And so because I'm so sensitive to bike fit and injury, I'm just one that would rather have my indoor trainer versus a Peloton.